Have you ever wondered where the term vegan comes from? Who invented it and when? Today, we're going to find out. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Threpticon. Today, we're going to talk about Donald and Dorothy Watson, the creators of the word vegan. So, Donald Watson was born in Mexborough, England in 1910. He was a joinery teacher, meaning that has to do with carpentry, and he was one of the founders of the Vegan Society. And he was also known for being a guide in the Lake District in northern England and for his garden, kind of permaculture style organic garden. And he died in the year 2015 at the age of 95. Dorothy Morgan was born in 1911 in Wales, and her profession was as a primary school teacher, an elementary school teacher. And we know that she was not active in the Vegan Society, and she died in 1995. But together, one day in the 1940s, they had a conversation and they decided to come up with the term vegan. So they started out with the word vegetarian. They kept the beginning and they kept the end. And they cut out the middle, and they put the two pieces together, and it became vegan. Just like what actual vegans do. They take the vegetarian type diet, they remove what they don't want, these animal products, and then they simplify it to a vegan diet. Here's I have a few quotations to give some context. The editor invited correspondence from those living on a dairy-free diet and published responses. The first person quoted was Mr. Donald Watson of Leicester, who later found the Vegan Society. Watson describes how he became a vegetarian at 16 and remained so for 7 years, but then read some facts in the Messenger, read the partial responsibility which consumers of dairy produce hold. Watson goes on to say, I tried it and found it not at all difficult to make a very varied, appetizing, and in every way satisfactory diet from the wide variety of healthy foods which are to be had everywhere nowadays. So it describes how he became vegetarian, or when he became vegetarian, I should say, at the age of 16, how he was eating dairy products for 7 years after that, and then cut them out and found he was doing well, found he liked it. Um, so this describes this rift, this schism, right? There's vegetarians, but these new vegans want to distinguish themselves. So once again, back to the 1940s. This is from September 1945. Describes here at the bottom the Vegan Society, a non-dairy produce group. Following the articles and correspondence regarding the use of dairy products which appeared in the Vegetarian Messenger last year, a number of our members who do not use animal products of any kind formed themselves into a group, which has since adopted the title of the Vegan Society. So this describes a break, right? They view themselves as a distinct identity to differentiate themselves from lacto-ovo vegetarians. And then this describes more context from the Vegan Society website. So in November 1944, Donald Watson called a meeting with 5 other non-dairy vegetarians, including Elsie Shrigley, to discuss non-dairy vegetarian diets and lifestyles. Though many held similar views at the time, these 6 pioneers were the first to actively found a new movement, despite opposition. The group felt a new word was required to describe them, something more concise than non-dairy vegetarians. Rejected words included dairy ban, vitan, binivore. They settled on vegan, a word that Donald Watson later described as containing the first 3 and last 2 letters of vegetarian. In the words of Donald Watson, it marked the beginning and end of vegetarian. The word vegan was coined by Donald Watson from a suggestion by earlier members, Mr. George A. Henderson and his wife Fay K. Henderson, that the society should be called All Vegan and the magazine All Vegan. So these people might need to be looked into. George Henderson and Fay Henderson. We'll see who they are in the future, what role they had in all this. But for today, that's my bibliography, what I've cited today, my sources. And so with that, I will say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.